Hey, Winnie.
Hey.
That's what they call him, the Afro King.
Let me tell you, I'm getting my amapiano moves right.
Yeah?
Nifirimbi too. Nifirimbi too. Yeah.
All right, we can see you guys on social media. Big shout out to everyone. I'm going to be reading a couple of your tweets. But Winnie, there's something we did this particular week.
Man, I'm so excited to see what you did with Lovebirds, who are incredible and celebrated International Dogs Day. Dog people, kujeni, karibieni, because are you a dog person?
Yeah, I am.
Are you?
I am, for real.
Have you had a pet?
Yeah, I've had a dog before.
What was the name?
His name was Tofi. He was a Spitz.
Okay.
A Japanese Spitz. So an interesting fact about Japanese Spitz is that it's one of the most intelligent dogs that you can have. And secondly, it's one of the fastest dogs that you can have.
Okay. What happened to Tofi?
Unfortunately, some food poisoning here and there. He started puking. So it was such a sad story. But interesting fact, guess who else has a dog right here?
Who has a dog?
A golden retriever, DJ Rickmo.
Oh, yeah, you're a dog person, Rickmo.
Yeah, kabisa.
Okay, that's good, man. Lovebirds walikuwa hapa. Sorry, Rickmo.
Sasa kako miezi ngapi? Miezi 4, lakini anatoshana, ako karibu kutoshana na wewe.
So, enda kwa Instagram ya Rickmo, juzi amekuwa pale, anaiwalk,
akapiga picha.
Hey, tuliona, na inakaa fiti. So, yeah, Winnie.
Amazing. So, Lovebirds walikuwa hapa, and we had a hangout with them, had to talk about the event that they had celebrating International Dogs Day. And let's see how that went.
All right.
Who let the dogs out?
Hey yo, what's up on Republicans? What it is, what it do, what it does. Yes, kama kawaida, if you see me in a place, just know it's about to be a situation. Leo niko na Lovebirds, nataka nijue hii Lovebirds yao wanaamini mapenzi Nairobi kweli. Anyway, today is a little bit different. We are talking about dogs, guys. Imagine kuna siku ya celebrate madogi. Think about it. We have Lovebirds in the building. Vipi, mko fresh?
Tuko poa.
Ndio wako hapa hivi. Acha nianze na introduction from you.
Juliet Wanza.
Juliet Wanza. Yes. Karibu sana. What about you, sir?
Eliud Achero.
Karibu.
Edith Wangeshi.
Edith.
Kilimanjaro Mwiruri, but you can say Kili, it's easier.
Kili is easier. Karibu sana. Yes, sir.
Daniel Shuja.
Daniel Shuja.
Yeah.
The other day we did a show here and there was actually the youngest DJ in Kenya. Arguably, he was 14 years old. Anaitwa Shuja, kama wewe. He might be your brother. Anyway, yes, sir.
Yeah, I'm Nicholas Ware.
Nicholas.
Yeah, Nicholas.
Nicholas. Welcome, Mr. Nicholas.
Thank you so much.
Interesting. Actually, it's a baby girl hapa. Why do you love dogs? You as a person. Individually tu, unaipenda kwa nini?
Kwa sababu kwanza umbwa, it's like a human being.
Yes.
Yes.
Simple question. It's like a human being. So iko na feelings.
Yes.
Unaweza ipenda.
Yes. Inaweza kupenda.
Inaweza kupenda pia.
Yes.
And to you, sir, was I get to then we'll go to Kili. You guys are really passionate about dogs. We've seen, I mean, for lack of a better description, we've seen street dogs left, right, and center. People don't care about them. You know, you're driving down the road, you see a dog has been knocked down. When you see that, how do you feel?
Well, I feel so terrible.
Yeah.
You know, seeing people not carrying dogs with the highest, attention, because dogs are very nice beings, and I think, if people will be a little more intimate in terms of getting to understand dogs, they will understand the needs of dogs. And when you do understand the needs of dogs, you won't be hearing, umbo imekanyagwa, people disowning dogs, and so on and so forth. It feels bad when I hear people, not paying attention to dogs.
Interesting. And why the name Lovebirds?
Well, the name Lovebirds came from the relationship aspect. We are a celebrations company, and we celebrate sustainably, and also our celebrations, are intended to have a positive transformation into the communities that we celebrate. So when we call ourselves Lovebirds, we celebrate the relationship. For instance, the relationship we have with dogs. Not everyone, a lot of people have good relationships with dogs. People are attached to dogs. they have, that understanding with dogs. There's a way a dog can bark. Now uelewe what your dog is trying to say. So that is the kind of relationship. We celebrate relationships.
Mr. Akili, do you have a dog yourself?
Yes, I do. Like you, one of them died.
Yeah.
But the other one is still with us. Yeah.
What breed is it?
It's a mix. It's this weird dog from Finland that they normally like hunt bears and stuff. With a golden retriever, and she has the smile of the retriever, like that.
I've seen people as well fly out with their dogs. I've seen dogs being flown out of the country. Yeah, talk to me about it.
Yeah, so normally like we have the Kenya Airways, they normally offer this service whereby you can travel with your dogs the way you want. So like the other day when we had the International Dog Day celebration at St. Christopher's, I happened to interact with one of them, and she told me that, okay, so it's something they used to be doing back then, but nowadays they're actually doing it. So if you feel like, for example, your dog needs maybe surgical attention, she needs medical attention, maybe, actually fly with your dog. So normally they charge by like the weight of the dog. If you feel like, for example, the Caucasian Shepherd, that's a very huge dog. That's a very heavy dog. So normally they have a cage whereby they place these dogs depending on the weight and all of that.
Interesting. Man, it's really interesting. And how was the turn up for the event? Were you expecting maybe such numbers? Or was it overwhelming or underwhelming?
Okay, I think the turnout was good, quite good. Because I think we did a lot of, in terms of target marketing, getting the right audience and all of that. So we can't really say that people came in their numbers, especially, in the afternoon, from afternoon going there, because in the morning, I think, because it was on a Sunday, so we had a good number of them coming from the afternoon going there.
Interesting.
Considering it was the first one as well.
Yes, Kelly?
Considering it was the first one as well, I was chatting to the guy from October. He's called Robert. He came over to our place just to, give us a little bit of boosting, promotion and stuff. Yeah. And he said that for the first event, they had 5 people show up to walk dogs. Yeah. We had a pretty good turnout. Hey, maybe next year we'll see you guys there.
You wanted to add on to something?
Actually, the number at first we saw that in the morning, it was drizzling, so we were like, hey, watu turn up kweli. Lakini at the afternoon, we were amazed. By the way, at the last 30 minutes, for sure nilishanga mpaka kuna mtu anakuja kumalizia event, aone tu ile dogi,
Interesting.
And actually, these are people who interacted with our banner just outside the gate of the institution. So they were just passing by and the traffic, and most Karen is diverse. There are people from different races. They travel with their dogs mostly. So unapata, when they have their dog and they see a big banner, this International Dog Day happening, they came. The event was supposed to end at 5. It was literally 3 p.m. and they came and they paid and they had fun for the remaining 2 hours.
Damn. Shuja, what was the biggest take home? What's the one thing unasema ulilearn out of the whole experience, the whole event? Because there's the planning of the event, there's the event itself, and then going home, there's definitely one thing that you took home.
I felt like I was learning a lot from dogs, nini. Hata kama niko nazo, but they are young, but na feel like at least neza next time, like venye sasa nitakuwa nazi raise, nitakuwa na a lot of information ya kudeal na dogi from a young age to paka zikwe kubwa.
To its maturity.
Yeah.
Interesting. Wow. Now I'm going into a new apartment and I need a dog for my household, for example. What would you recommend for me?
Well, I think you need to have a huge dog. Like I have an Alaskan Malamute. You can talk to me nicely.
Hey, you guy.
Yes, the reason as to if you are moving into an apartment, I think you need to have a dog that will make you get out. With your busy schedule every time. When you have a Chihuahua, the Chihuahua, in your house, that's a big space for Chihuahua. So you won't be compelled to go out with your dog. So you'd rather have a big dog so that the space ikue ndogo, so that you be compelled at least to go for a walk. It's also healthy for you. So I agree with him.
That's an interesting way to look at it, though. Yeah.
Yes.
What do you feel like was the biggest lesson for people? Maybe what kind of feedback were you getting from you doing a first event?
We broke the even in terms of the expenses and the returns we were getting. But what really shocked me, and also the feedback that we got from our sponsors, like the sponsors and the vendors were more of givers. You know, when your dog, like my dog Hunter, just before she got into the competition, I just went and bought a quick snack from Lou Pet Food, and I thought that was enough, and they told me get some more, and there was also an additional free treat for the dog, and literally everyone who came with their dog, they got an additional treat. So for me, it was they were more of givers. Even all other sponsors, like KVN, HVC Veterinary Clinic, subsidized services. So that is what really surprised me, and I'm so glad that the feedback that you are getting. It was more of congratulations, because remember the mission we had initially was to educate and sensitize people about the welfare of animals and the dogs. So this event was not really about the profit, but getting people to understand the needs of the dogs, to have a deeper connection with their dogs, get to understand the dog behavior, why they behave in certain ways, because and that's why we were having experts on the ground who are also our sponsors, to get to educate people on why we are having this celebration.
Information is power. What categories were you having? What was your favorite, especially?
The musical chairs one, that was fun.
Oh, the musical chairs?
It's like musical chairs like for people, but instead of the people, you have like the dogs.
And they actually do it?
Yeah, like you walk around,
they sit
tell
down
them to sit when the music stops.
When the music stops, they sit
down.
Or like, was there an overall prize for maybe a specific dog?
Yes, there were prizes from Kenya Airways. Like there was harnesses from Kenya Airways. There was treats from Lou Pet Food, and there was also some juices from Kevian. So depending on how many, depending on the number in every, but I think the positions ones, they were getting gift from KQ.
Yeah,
I think because they were the most expensive. That's
Interesting. Now, moving forward, what do you feel like? Do you feel like the space, animal culture, especially in the country right now, is growing? Or like, are you going to take it further from Nairobi? Because I understand, right now, it's growing. You can go to even different cities, for example.
I mean, it's growing, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Because like, even malls like the Waterfront, for example, they let people come inside just with their dog now. Just like that was not a thing before. Before, dogs were yucky, don't put it next to my food.
We want to go beyond, but we have started from homes. Even during the marketing of this event, we are going to dog owners, but we also realized most people, they just want to have their dogs inside the kennels. So even as we have a vision of going beyond Karen, going beyond Nairobi, beyond Kenya, and beyond Africa and worldwide, we have to start with the people who own dogs and in their homes, and that has to start by them accepting and allowing their dogs to have a different life outside the kennel, outside the compound, because Shaka Kennels also demonstrated to us. There's a very fierce dog called Tinga. Tinga showed people, it was trying to protect the owner. It was running super fast to, the person. There was a demonstration, you know how they do it. So the Tinga was protecting the owner, but again, there was another version of Tinga. There was a kid inside the field, and they actually demonstrated that Tinga can stay with the children, can stay around kids.
Oh, okay.
So dogs have different lives. So hata kama mbwa ni kali, they are not supposed to stay inside the kennel. They're supposed to explore. And once these people, they allow the dogs to get out of the kennels, that is how we can go beyond, home, beyond Karen, beyond Nairobi, beyond Africa, and so on and so forth.
And in the different categories, do you put like all dogs together, or like you'll have maybe a Spitz in one category competing with maybe fellow Spitz.
More size.
Yes?
Size.
Size?
Yeah.
So it's more about of the size, yeah?
The big ones can't go running against the small ones. That's just unfair.
Yeah. Oh, the small ones run faster.
Just to add on that, the small dogs, there is an height that it can't go that a bigger dog can. So, yes.
So the size really matters.
Yes.
Yeah.
Interesting. And is it expensive to keep a dog?
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
It is, yes. She's saying yes, it is.
Yes. First, it needs an health part, food, and also the environment. First, umbo inataka chakula, very expensive. Not the remnants.
Yeah.
No, there is specific food for dogs, and also insurance, vaccination, and so forth.
For a dog lover, this won't be. You won't feel the pain of getting money out of your pocket, because these dogs are like kids. They need to be. When you take your kid to school, they need to be taken for training.
Yeah.
When you feed your kid before they sleep, you also need to feed your dog. So it's expensive, but it's worthy.
I'm curious to know, how often should a dog be fed?
It depends with the dog.
Oh, it depends on the dog?
Yes.
Because watu wengi wana Shujaa, zako unapeanga food saa ngapi?
Mostly asubuhi na usiku.
Na usiku.
Juni moja peke yake.
Let me summarize it like this.
Yes.
When you love your dog, these other things become an addition. If you are looking for security from your dog, when you show your dog some love, naturally with their instinct, they become protective, because when you are attacked, they know they won't have someone to feed them. So they only know you because you're the provider, you're the protector. So when you show some love to them through food, making sure they're healthy, cleaning them, I think they become good dog.
So an interesting story. One time I was living home. My home is in Nakuru, where my mom lives, and then I had a dog when it was a Spitz, and then it really grew like kona manyoya sana. And then it was really fast. Is a Spitz that fast?
Yeah, sure. It's normally fast.
It's really fast. Yeah, it was really fast. So what happened one time? I left, so I was driving off. So on driving off, it actually ran after the car so fast. Ilikuwa inachoka because nilikuwa nenda mbio. Then I was called. I was like, "Yo, your dog is following you." I was like, "Are you guys serious? Do these things actually happen? Like dogs love you that much?"
Yeah.
Dogs are very attached to you, and I've also seen a video in China, and it was very hurting. Like the first question you asked me, the dog was literally running on the highway, and it was chasing a car, I think a family, and they couldn't stop. So people were saying on the comment section that this dog deserves better. I mean, you know how a dog loves you and you're not reciprocating the love. It's so hurting. That's why I'd like to tell people, if you can't own a dog, if you know you don't need a dog, you just don't want to have a dog, please take it to someone who can take care of the dog, because these people they are so attached, and you need to be very available for them.
Congratulations on your first event. A couple of snippets you guys have seen. A couple of your snippets. You guys have seen a couple of the snippets of their first event, and I'm sure you guys have more coming along.
Yes.
Yeah. Sure. Social media, where can guys find you? How to make contact with you as well?
Lovebuds.co.ke on Instagram. That's where you find us. If you want to have an event or promote one.
Interesting. Email?
Our email is info@lovebuds.co.ke.
Interesting. It's going to be at the bottom of your screen, guys.
And also, if you'd like to call us directly, 0751 621844.
There you have it, guys. Please make contact with them. Just get to learn. Maybe you know someone, you want to gift someone something, or maybe I love dogs myself, so I'm probably going to get one from this particular. Thank you so much. I've learned so much from you guys, and we wish you all the best. And the next edition of the event, please holler at me. Let me come. And I'll come with my crew. Now we get to see you to ground.
Yeah, sure.
All right, there you have it. Keep it in Republic and TV. The hashtag Cheese the Comedy Trendsetter, Artist of Trends. See you in a bit.